feature Donald Trump, the former Prince Andrew, Peter Mandelson, and of course Epstein's girlfriend and co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell. 20,000 documents from Jeffrey Epstein's estate have been released for all to see.
Tonight, Washington is on fire again, and this time, the spark came straight from Donald Trump himself. Just after midnight, the former president posted a blistering message on Truth Social. A message that instantly detonated across the political world. In it, Trump demanded the Department of Justice open a full investigation into one man he claims Democrats are terrified to talk about, Jeffrey Epstein. But he didn't stop there. Trump named names: Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman, even Wall Street giants like J.P. Morgan and Chase. According to Trump, they, not him, were the ones who spent large portions of their lives with Epstein. And then came the line that froze every newsroom in America: stay tuned. That wasn't a statement.
Wolf writes about Trump, if he says he hadn't been on the plane or to the House, then that gives you a valuable PR and political currency. You can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you. Or, if it really looks like he could win, you could save him, generating a debt.
That was a threat. Within an hour, reporters were scrambling through the newly released Epstein documents, 20,000 pages of emails and messages pulled out by the House Oversight Committee. And buried inside them, something astonishing: Jeffrey Epstein himself criticizing Trump, calling him dirty, saying Trump knew about the girls, even claiming, in one email, I am the one able to take him down. Yet at the same time, Epstein also insisted Clinton never visited his private island. Never. Not once. Contradictions everywhere. Accusations in all directions. And Washington suddenly asking, why is Trump reigniting the Epstein fire now? And then, late tonight, a leak. A staffer inside the Oversight Committee, speaking anonymously, said this: someone's lying. And someone knows exactly who. But that wasn't the real shock. It's what came next. A digital forensics team reportedly found something unusual buried in the metadata of one email, an encrypted signature, one not belonging to Epstein, or to Trump, or to Clinton. A fourth name. A new player. Someone powerful. Someone who has never been publicly tied to Epstein before. And the signature? It matched a device located inside the West Wing. The question now isn't who was involved with Epstein. The question is who's covering it up. As dawn broke over Washington, the crisis only grew stranger. The White House refused to comment on Trump's accusations. But someone else didn't stay quiet. A senior Democrat from the Oversight Committee went on camera and said, Trump is panicking. He knows what's in those emails. But here's the twist: the emails don't paint a clear picture at all. In fact, they contradict nearly everything ever said about the Epstein network. One moment Epstein is attacking Trump, calling him dumb and dirty. The next, he's praising Prince Andrew as great fun. He denies Clinton was ever on the island. Just days after mocking Trump for trying to distance himself. Nothing lines up. It's as if Epstein was rewriting reality depending on the audience. And then came a second leak, this one from a cybersecurity analyst reviewing the 2018 messages. He claimed that several of Epstein's emails appear to have been altered after Epstein died, meaning someone had access to his accounts. Someone was editing the past. When asked who could have done it, the analyst gave a chilling answer: only someone with federal-level access. Someone with clearance. Meanwhile, in New York, reporters cornered former President Clinton's spokesperson. They were expecting a denial. Instead, they got 3 words: no comment today. Unusual. Very unusual. And then, as if dropped from the sky, a former Epstein associate stepped forward anonymously, telling journalists, there were people around Epstein more powerful than Clinton and Trump combined. You've never heard their names. You were never meant to. For the first time, Washington began whispering about the possibility of a hidden Epstein circle, a circle that stayed quiet because their influence dwarfed both political parties. And deep inside the DOJ, staffers say Attorney General Pam Bondi has gone silent. No statements. No clarifications. No denials. But one source claims Bondi called an emergency meeting after midnight and walked out looking pale. As the day ended, one line from the leaked email cache began circulating again and again: I am the one able to take him down. But the question is no longer who Epstein meant. It's who he was talking to. And then, everything shifted. Because as Biden walked off stage, Kimmel stopped him. Cameras were still rolling. Microphones still hot. And Jimmy leaned in and whispered something that wasn't meant for broadcast. But the boom mics picked it up anyway.
Great, and then maybe you'll finally be ready to do what the American people have been asking you to do for months and release the Epstein files.
Mr. President, you know he's going to hit back tonight, right? He's not going to let this slide. Biden didn't laugh. He didn't crack a joke. He didn't even blink. He just said one sentence, slow, cold, and deliberate, then let him. We're ready. Social media exploded. Politico called it the shot that starts the second war. Trump's advisors reportedly went into emergency response mode. And by midnight, Trump himself posted a 21-second video titled simply, Retribution. No words. No voice. By morning, the fallout was everywhere. Cable networks ran the Biden-Kimmel moment on a loop. Trump's retribution video dominated every headline. Even late-night shows that normally avoid politics had no choice but to jump in. Reporters crowded the White House lawn, shouting questions. Was the president threatening Trump? Is this the start of a campaign war? Does the administration regret the comment? But Biden's team didn't back down. Karine Jean-Pierre stepped up to the podium, looked straight into the cameras, and delivered the most unambiguous statement of the entire presidency: the president will not be intimidated by Donald Trump. Not now. Not ever. Meanwhile, Kimmel addressed the situation on his show that night. He joked, yes, but the room could feel the tension beneath the laughter. You poke Trump with one joke, he said, and suddenly he's recording videos in the dark like a Batman villain. The audience roared. But the political world didn't. Because beneath the jokes, everyone could sense it, something bigger had been awakened. Donors started calling. Campaign strategists began locking down schedules. Pollsters rushed out overnight surveys to measure the shockwave. And Trump? He stayed silent. No interviews. No new posts. No rallies. Just the single, silent, unsettling word, retribution. The stage wasn't set anymore, it was loaded. Just Trump, staring into the camera, smiling. Nobody knows what's coming next. But one thing is clear, this wasn't a comedy segment anymore. This was the opening shot of a political war that's about to go nuclear. Then it happened. A late-night email alert pinged on every major newsroom server. At first, nobody believed it was real. A 23-page document, unsigned, untraceable, delivered anonymously to 3 major networks, and one person nobody expected, Jimmy Kimmel's producer. Inside? A single line that made every journalist in the room freeze: the dog that hasn't barked knows everything. Whispers spread across Capitol Hill. Phones stopped ringing. Staffers sat frozen in their chairs. Even Trump's inner circle, the people who thought they controlled every leak, didn't know who had sent it, or what it contained. Within minutes, multiple reporters confirmed the worst. The document tied the Epstein emails directly to multiple high-profile figures. Not just Trump. Names that had been whispered in private, never spoken aloud, now stared everyone in the face. And then came the call. Trump's aides reported him receiving a mysterious phone call in the early hours. The voice on the other line? Unknown. The message? Simple. Terrifying. It's coming. Prepare yourself. No explanation. No context. Just those 4 words. By sunrise, the White House was on high alert. Security protocols had been escalated. The media had picked up the rumor, but no one could confirm a single fact. Biden remained silent, smiling behind closed doors. And somewhere in Washington, someone was watching it all unfold, pulling strings that nobody, even Trump, realized were there. The stage was set. The players were moving. And in the next 24 hours, the entire political world could change. Forever. Who sent the document? What does it really say? And is anyone safe? The answers will shock you.